This podcast was filmed in front of a live Twitch audience. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody that is not yet here. As we're probably going to let people roll in, just to, talk about.
I don't like this.
You got it. So.
I don't want to look at myself, but it's like right there.
Yeah. You don't have to look at yourself if you don't want to, honey.
I don't want
You really, you don't have to. Like, none at all. We're just gonna wait for more people to show up. We're gonna just let it soak in. Just. This is the first episode of the podcast, episode 0. This is the introduction episode, basically talking about what's gonna happen and what we're gonna be doing on the show, and basically how it's gonna work. My name is Nilo, aka the Maple Boy, aka V Nilo. Depending on what platform you're looking at me at, Twitch, you obviously know you're here. This is what I am on there. And the Maple Boy, which I am on Twitter and all that other jazz. So, but I am here with Haley. My phone is going off. That's mega unprofessional. Make sure that everything is all on silent, honey. Making sure that you're all good. What does that say? I don't know. Okay, no.
you texting people during your
No, I was looking to see if my parents were coming. They said that they were gonna come, and I don't know if they're coming or not. The thing is that I don't have a team to do this stuff for me, so I gotta do it myself.
What's that?
Huh? I just refreshed the page. What are you talking about? What? What?
I don't know.
What are you looking at?
I'm confused why there's two screens with it.
So that's Twitch, and then that is the streaming software that I have going on. So that's Streamlabs, and then that's Twitch right there. That's so I can see my my chat, and this is basically just to see what we look like. I'm using that one specifically for chat though.
Where
I'm not using this one for chat at all. No.
Where do you see if people are there?
Right there on the right where it says stream chat. I'm probably gonna pull it up actually here on my phone too. That way I have it. Let me look at my. Actually, let's go to my dashboard. There we go. Oh. So anyway, but yeah. As more people start to roll in, I told a ton of people. So if they love me, they're gonna come, right? They probably don't love me, but it's okay. So, but this is the Slow Pour Podcast. I'm the Maple Boy and many things, many things, and syrup has been a big part of my life because I love waffles. Waffles are awesome. I also have this like maple leaf tattoo on here. That's pretty sick. So,
I like how you just said the slow pour. Like, that's the thing.
it is.
Because you like waffles.
I said I like syrup. I said syrup is a big part of my life, and I like waffles.
Is that why you're the Maple Boy?
No.
Exactly.
The Maple Boy came from my skin color. The skin the skin color is what got me to become the Maple Boy.
Because did you come with that yourself?
No.
Exactly. You're not explaining it.
My friend Bree said, like, they were having like a whole discussion about like what skin color people were. So like, you know how like light brown people are like caramel or something like that, or like chocolate or like vanilla, like stuff like that, like those racial slurs that like people were saying, like yeah. And so like they were trying to like figure out what I was, and like somebody said hazelnut, somebody said chocolate or whatever, and then Bree was all like, he's more of like a maple color. And then that's where the Maple Boy came from, because then we were all choosing names for our channel, which is no longer a channel anymore. It's still a channel, but it's named something completely different now. but they like on that channel, that's what was my name, like that we chose. I was the Maple Boy. So that's the story about like the whole maple thing that is like all around and stuff like that. Why I'm like Maple Boy. I got a maple tattoo. Like I got like I do a lot of stuff with like syrup.
You literally branded yourself with maple.
With maple.
Whenever
with,
he orders at Chick-fil-A, you order
my
under
name
maple.
My name is Maple in the Chick-fil-A app, just because of the fact that like people don't know how to say my name that well either, and so like Maple just like came to me. So yeah, there's that. There we go. I didn't want to look at the other stuff on my phone. I wanted to look at the chat. So, but yeah, that's basically the intro of everything. Like, I am Nilo. This is my podcast, my first podcast by myself. I used to do a podcast with my other channel, but I don't really talk to those guys anymore, which is not that big of a deal. They're living their lives, I'm living mine. Everybody grows apart. You know what I mean? So, but I was talking to you in the car about the setup and like how this whole setup like became a thing. Like, it took me so long to try to just set just the table up. Like, this is one singular table. Like, I have like this table right here on the side of my desk that kind of like comes out. That was right here, and like it literally took me like 30 minutes, not even lying, like it took me 30 minutes to try to figure out how I'm gonna place this. Like, I didn't know if I wanted it like long ways or if I wanted I hit the mic. I didn't know if I wanted it long ways or like vertical or like diagonal. I was so confused because I needed to figure out a place where I wanted to put my chairs. Like, these weren't the chairs that I originally wanted to put here.
Did you use the table?
I was using the table chairs in the kitchen, and like I didn't know what, like, they were too tall. Like, I was sitting at the table. Like, hold on, I think I can demonstrate with my chair right here. Like, okay, it's not that tall, but it was like, imagine like my knees right here. Oh, I'm moving the table. But imagine like my knees like being above the table. That's how the chairs were. Like, it was that bad, and I was like getting kind of mad because I was like, dude, what am I doing? Like, like in my testing videos that I have, and all the tests, like with the tall chairs, like the kitchen chairs, I'm complaining about the chairs. Like, I'm like, oh, if I had shorter chairs, maybe it would be better. Like, I'm gonna shrink down a little bit.
Did you test videos?
Yeah, I did a lot of test videos, like, because I wanted to test audio. I wanted to test like the setup, the lighting. Like, I wanted to test the way that like how it was gonna flow and how I wanted it to look. And yeah, that I just wanted everything to be perfect basically, because like I'm doing this the first time by myself. Like, I'm doing it the way that I want to do it, and like I just wanted it to be really nice. And so like I'm just like I was trying to figure out a bunch of ways to just like how this was gonna look in such a small room. Like, my office isn't a huge room. Like, it's really small. Like this is like right in the middle, and like there's barely any walking room. Like, I have to like squeeze into places to get through. Like, it's not. Yeah, I literally have to like stand on my tippy toes and like kind of shimmy in front of my desk to like get out of the room, because like I didn't want to mess it up. Like, this is like my drawers right here, like all my office supplies, like all my like cords and like all my notebooks and stuff like that. Like, it's like I literally just took this section of my desk and just put it right here. Like, and then as I was like looking at the chairs, I was just like, man, I want shorter chairs. So then like I put the chairs back because I was like annoyed with the chairs, and I brought my chair into here, and it was like, like I wonder what other chair we have. And I forgot we had this pink chair that your Nana, she got. You guys went thrifting, right?
I went to an antique shop with my grandma, and the lady who worked there used to be a friend, or is a friend of my grandma's, that I haven't seen since I was like really little, and she gave me this chair as a moving in gift. Yeah,
so the chair literally just popped out of nowhere, and then I didn't realize that we had it until I walked into our bedroom to go to grab some stuff, like change clothes and stuff like that, and I saw it and I was like, wow. I was like, that is like perfect height of like what I want. I am gonna get better chairs. I am gonna have a different setup because I'm going to be putting an actual, like, our friend Jess is moving in, and so she's gonna take over our sunroom for a little bit while she looks for a place to live and like all that stuff like that. But as soon as like, and when she moves out, I'm like turning that into like a studio for the podcast specifically, just because like that was loud. But just for like specifically the podcast, because like I wanted a space to where like I can decorate, I can make it look nice, I can like do a bunch of stuff with, but like be out of the way, like and not in my office, because this is like my gaming space. Like I want a podcast space. So I did just buy a laptop. It's like $600. So that's gonna be here next week. Comes in on Monday. But yeah, so I'm gonna have like that kind of professional setup. Like, you know, I want to be professional. No, I'm not trying to be professional so soon, but yeah, that was like basically me trying to set. It took me like 2 hours to figure everything out and how I wanted everything to go, how everything everything to set up, and yeah, I mean we're here now. Like, this is like my only decoration right here. This little pop figure that she made me back at Christmas. She said it took her a long time to do. So, but yeah. So that was the intro. Really long intro. Basically, the introduction of me, the host Nilo, and my guest, my financial advisor, my manager. Basically, like she's everything that like I need in a YouTube sense currently, and my girlfriend, the biggest support that I have currently, even though she doesn't watch my videos.
I watch your YouTube videos. I don't watch your streams.
My streams are gaming isn't your thing, no. So like that's understandable, completely understandable. So it's
take a nap while you do that.
Yeah. But I mean, you take a nap regardless of what. If I'm playing games, if I'm in here just like watching an anime, like you're just taking a nap, but it's okay. I mean, let's get into the topics, because that's what the show is about, right? Like just having a conversation, talking about the topics of what everybody's prepared or what I prepared, and all that stuff. So today, we're gonna have to be talking about us in general, just me and Haley, and our love. No, but we are going to be talking about who we are now, who we are back then, and who, and just like everything that, I mean, we want to be. So,
I have the hiccups.
I mean, you have milk right there. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was ourselves and like who we are personally before you get into the together part. So, did you want to go first, or did you?
I have the hiccups. You go first.
So who I am on like on a personal level is like, I'm just a person who tries his hardest to make everybody happy and tries his hardest to do everything that is right. I love most things. I won't say all things, but I do love most things in life. It didn't used to be that way. I did battle some very hard times, like some super hard times, and it's like, it was just a difficult time for me. Like it was from like, man, I don't even know. I was so young when it first surfaced to like last year. And then like through that, like I was in middle school when I first had my first depressive episode. And that was like a really like tough time, because like it was tough for my mom, like, and for my whole family in general, just because like my mom lives with depression also, so it's like she understands. But like when you're like have those like mental disabilities, like you have that kind of stuff, like it's hard for somebody to accept that somebody else knows what you're going through. And I didn't want to accept that my mom knew exactly what I was going through, because, you know, being a kid, you don't want to listen to your parents, like, you know, like, ever, like, you never want to listen to your parents. So it's like, so I mean, being like that young, and like my mom just like trying to help as best as she could, like she's always been there for me, and like and I'm so grateful for that. Like I'm here today because my mom, because my family, because my friends. Like it's such a wonderful thing to be like, hey, like you went through this such hard time in your life that like you're like within a year of like everything that happened, like you my last year actually, like right before I met her, I got I wouldn't say cured, but I was in the hospital for a while for what I was going through, and like right after I got out of the hospital, like I met her, and like she became my best friend like almost immediately. Like we like met at work, and that
just started.
yeah, you just started. So we met at work. Haley the homie. Thanks, Blake. What's going on, dude? How's it going, man?
That's Blake.
That's Blake. But welcome to this podcast, brother. But yeah, when we first met, like it was a very interesting thing just because of the fact that like when I saw you, I was like, wow, she's very pretty. But that's gonna be a whole different topic in just like a minute. But I just wanted to like say that like I try my hardest to make everybody happy. Try my hardest to make everybody laugh. Just try to be funny, you know what I mean? And it's just like sometimes you gotta take care of yourself, and it's just, but that's the kind of person that like I was. Like I needed to take care of myself, and it was so hard for me to. But that is bubbling so
really
much.
It's like ASMR.
That's Jacob. What's up, Jacob? Ordering sandwiches on my podcast? Nice, brother. But yeah. So I mean, I just love to do a bunch of stuff. Like I love gaming. I love talking. Like I recently just started talking so much. Like I never talked so much in my life. Like I used to be so shy. What's up, Luke? How you doing, dude? I used to be so shy, and I used to what do you call it? I used to not be so like open with people. I used to not be able to talk to people like I can talk to people now. Like I wasn't able to, like, if I met Haley like as I was back in the day, like I wouldn't be able to talk to you. Like I would be like, hi, how are you doing? Like I'm Nilo, and then I would move on. Like I wouldn't be like
me.
Yeah, I would be like shy and like all kind of like reserved and stuff like that, where you're like, you know what, but yeah. So who were you as a person like before we met? Like talk about yourself and stuff like that.
I forgot I was supposed to be thinking of something. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just a very quiet.
Talking to my honey.
No.
You have to.
I don't know. I'm just very quiet and shy, and how I'm acting now, because I'm
Jacob, thank you for the
is
sub,
how I
brother.
used to-
Yeah, you going?
Mhm. It's how I used to always be.
Yeah.
That's all I can think.
Just shy.
Mhm.
Like what did you do? Like I know, like when I was younger, I used to play a lot of soccer. Like I played so much soccer.
When I was
younger.
really little, I did sports, and then I was homeschooled till middle school, and then when I started school, I just kind of quit sports.
Why?
I was tired of them, but then I never picked anything up really. So.
But like I heard that you were like really good at like the sports that you were doing. Like you were just doing like really well.
I was good at swim team. That was about it.
Why didn't you continue with the swim team? Swim team is very hard, I heard though. Like, cause like you're constantly in the water, like constantly.
It was like every day. We had one day of the week, I think, where we didn't do it, and I think it was like every other Saturday there was a meet or something.
Really?
So it was a lot, and I got tired of that after a while.
So like, but like, I don't know. Being like a kid and just like thrown into something like that is kind of like, it's kind of difficult to do just because of the fact that like you're so young and like you want to do so much, you know, like as a young person, like as a adolescent, like trying to like growing up and stuff like that. Like it's so weird because like your parents, like I'm assuming like your mom wanted you to do swim team and stuff like that. Like wanted you to be more be active basically.
I don't really remember, but yeah, it was
But like
probably,
thank you for the sub, brother. Yeah.
Encouraged me to do that kind of stuff.
Your mom?
Yeah, she did like dance, and she was like did horseback riding and all that when she was a kid. So she.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. Like when I was, as like Jacob was just saying, like in the chat, like he wanted to be a deep sea diver. When I was young, I wanted to be a deep sea diver and found lost ketchup packets in the sea.
What?
Nice. When I was younger, man, what did I want to be? When I was younger, I wanted to be like a video game designer. Like that was like something that I wanted to do for so long. No, I'm not making your subs. But yeah, that was something that I wanted to do for so long, like be a video game designer. Like I really liked video games even as a kid. Like it was insane how much I liked video games. Like I wanted to be like I wanted to work for Nintendo. That was the thing. When I was younger, I really loved Pokemon. Like Pokemon was like my thing. And like just like playing so much Pokemon, like and a kid being all like, yeah, like when I grow up, like I want to work for Nintendo. I want to work for Pokemon. That's what I said. I said specifically that I wanted to work for Pokemon and not like Nintendo or anything. Like, I wanted to work for Pokemon, and I mean, I could probably eventually maybe not work for Pokemon. Like I'm probably not going to. Like I don't see myself doing that. But yeah, like as a kid, like you don't know exactly what you're gonna be, just because something looks cool. Like at the time, like something looks cool, is like that's what you want to be. Like want to be a video game. Like right now, I want to chase your dreams. Thanks, brother. Yeah, but yeah, I don't think I could work for Pokemon though. That's the thing. But oh shit, I disconnected from the chat again. Oh, family friendly. I forgot. But I definitely don't want to work for Wawa forever. Like that is one thing that I don't think that I want to do for the rest of my life. Like that's why it's so difficult for me to like move up right now. It's not that it's stressful. It's just the fact that like I'm 23. Like I mean I'm still pretty young. Like I can still do stuff with myself. Like I can like go out. I can still be a video game designer if I wanted to be. Like I'm not going to because it's not something that like I can see myself doing anymore. But go to college. I went to college. I had to drop out. But but the thing is, it's about like I want to. What do you call it? I don't know what I want to be. Like I truly don't know what I want to be yet. Like
me either.
Like I really don't. Like I'm always like, oh, I want to make videos and I want to be a Twitch streamer. But like the reality of that is so difficult just because of the fact of how hard it is to become a Twitch streamer. Like or to be a YouTuber. Like you have to like I mean, yeah, the dedication is there. Like you have to really work at it and like you have to really do it. But the thing about it is that like you have to also just get really lucky. Like luck is like it is all it is. Like I mean, you could be very good at a video game. Like my brother and I were talking the other day about like
oh my god.
That was a spider.
Kill it.
Kill it?
Kill it.
With what?
I don't know.
Oh, let's see what I can kill it with. There's a giant spider on the wall. It's not giant. What? It's pretty good. It's pretty big. But yeah, me and my brother were talking the other day about like Reddit. Like you have to get. Don't kill animals on Twitch. I'm not killing an animal. Spiders are not an animal, and that one could have killed me, bro. It could have killed me. But my brother and I were talking about how I hate you, Luke. He's doing the fitness thing, like you know, like the whole thing. But Reddit, like we were talking about Reddit, and like Reddit is the thing that like if you can get onto Reddit, me and my brother were talking about if you can get on Reddit through a clip or through being funny or like doing something like something insane, like that, then you can be. That's how you get famous. That's how you really blow up. Or if like somebody famous recognizes you, like if somebody on YouTube or Twitch is all like, hey, this person's actually kind of like really, really good at games or like is really hilarious. Oh my god.
You okay?
I got gas in like my chest. It's like I'm burping. But like that luck there like it has to be there. Like and like that hard work does have to be in there. Like if you keep posting, like the more likely that people are gonna see you, or like on your like on the For You pages of like YouTube, or like on on the recommended channels on Twitch. Like, but you just have to like really work at it, which is kind of difficult for some people to do, especially if you have a full-time job. Like if I was living with my parents, like yeah, sure, like I would 100% go for trying to be a YouTuber, trying to be like a Twitch streamer, like I 100%. But like the dedication is there. And yes, I know that people go and make OnlyFans and stuff like that, and like that's a thing that people do. And like I mean, do what you gotta do to make money. You know what I mean? It's hard times right now. Coronavirus is like taking over the earth. Like, do what you gotta do. Sell your lewds and nudes and whatever the heck you're doing. Like, just like do it to each their own or whatever. But yeah, I'm not showing you my feet, Luke. Like I'm not a simp, but yeah, we're derailing from the topic, so it's like, but yeah, like
what was the topic?
Topic was talking about ourselves, like basically. It's, I mean, essentially still talking about ourselves, but yeah, I mean, it's that like the hard work has to be there to do that kind of stuff, and yeah, or you can just like somehow get famous on Twitter, like be funny on Twitter, like it's a thing too. So we did dive slightly into the fact like of like how we I'm losing my train of thought. We dove into like how we met already, like slightly, like we slightly like talked about it, but like from your perspective and like what your first thoughts of like of meeting me was like for you. Like how was that experience when like when I walked into the building and I said, or when you walked into the building, I said hi to you, and then that interaction, and then the rest of the day, like what was your thought process through that whole thing?
This makes no sense, but I've always said it. The first thing that like I thought of, like you remind me of a puppy, which is a compliment coming from me. But you were so like excited and like happy, and like everybody was happy to see you. So,
yeah, okay. I mean, I guess even also, then, like I was like a very like Wawa. I became really good friends with the Wawa people. So it's like when I first met, when I first met you, I probably was already talkative and stuff like that. Like Carrie Ann, I think started the same day as you.
Was it the same day?
I think it was the same day. I think the day I met Carrie Ann was the same day I met you.
I know we were both.
Like I knew Carrie Ann briefly because she was a regular before she started working out. Yeah, she's
still a regular.
Yeah, she's still a regular, but
I miss her.
She comes in.
I know, I see her every morning,
but I miss working with her. Yeah, she was wonderful, but yeah, she complained about Avery. It's kind of funny.
Really?
Yeah, because she said that Avery was being rude to her. But yeah, Carrie Ann, sweet lady. Don't know how old she is, but sweet lady. Like she looks like she could be like
don't.
late 30s, but like or like mid 30s or like early 40s, but like you don't know. You really don't. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. When I first met you, like when I saw you walk through the door and like I was all like I have to introduce myself. Like I met you, I saw you and Carrie Ann. I already knew Carrie Ann.
Wasn't it in the break room?
It was in the break room. You clocked in. You and Carrie Ann just clocked in.
Because the first thing you said to me, you're like, "Hi, my name's Nilo, like Lilo, but with an N."
Yeah, I did that because people didn't know how to say my name, so I had to create a way for people to recognize my name without them judging. You know what I mean? Like without I can be like, yeah, you have to come up with a rhyme, you know? Like some people's names are like really hard, like Jaquita. Like when I first saw Jaquita's name, I had zero clue what it was.
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like I looked at it and like my brain could not process the sounds that it could be. And then she was all like, it's not that she asked. Like I asked her. It's that Gina told me because Gina already worked with her before and was all like, her name is Jaquita. Like don't get it wrong. Like Jaquita. I was like, oh okay. Well, like when I just like looked at it, I was just like, what is this?
Yeah.
So I had to find out that way to like make it easier for people to know how to say my name versus like, you know, just being like, hey, my name is Nilo.
I haven't heard you introduce yourself like that to anybody since then.
I mean, not anymore. Like, it was a back in the day thing. Like, it was old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But, like, I mean, people still don't know how to say my name. Like, Chiquita thought I was Joe for a long time.
Tim calls you Nemo sometimes.
Tim?
I think it's Tim, yeah.
Really?
Well, he used to.
He used to. Joaquin Phoenix. And say my name. Yeah, Luke. Luke.
Hmm?
He said say my name instead. I said Luke.
Oh.
But, so, yeah, I mean... And then, like, I walked up to you, and, like, I saw your face, and I was like, she kind of cute, though. I was like, she low-key kind of cute. but, yeah, I mean, I did say that. I did think that in my brain. Didn't say it to anybody except for Jess. But Jess, kind of big mouth. So,
she's gonna kill you.
no, but when it comes to certain things, like, she only does it out of the kindness of her hearts. Like out of the kindness of her heart, she will.
I guessed it. Yes, I guessed
No,
it.
she said what? No, you said what color is her hair, and then she goes.
Because she told me there was a few guys who liked me, and I already knew you had a crush on me, or I suspected it because of how you are.
I mean,
and, yeah, you had blue hair at the time, so I said.
I did have blue hair. I really did. It was crazy. Like that was a weird time in my life. Like a really weird time in my life. Like that was I was dyeing my hair constantly. Like I constantly had a different colored hair. Those were the deal. Oh yeah, Luke, I do have a girlfriend. That's right. But like those were like those were weird days because like I was friends with those other guys, and then like I'm not gonna say his name. I'm gonna say his name is Jay. So like Jay constantly dyed his hair, and so seeing him constantly dyeing his hair and like changing colors and stuff like that. Like I wanted to do it because like I was like why not it's a time in my life. Like, I want to be a YouTuber. Like, let's dye my hair. This is because that's the YouTuber thing to do. Is just to dye your hair. And so, yeah. Like, I mean, back in the day, like 2015.
We watched different people.
2000, well, gamers, they did dye their hair a lot. So, he called you Harry.
What?
Luke.
What?
Luke called you Harry. Like, Harry.
Oh, I thought you meant like...
No.
Like
No, not like hair, like Harry. But, yeah, what is this thing? I like hair.
Yeah.
Hair?
Hair colors.
Oh, hair colors, okay. I was saying,
How many did you have?
I had 5. I had 5 different hair colors before I met you.
Purple?
I was red at first. And then I was blue. I did blue.
Twice?
I did blue twice, yeah. I had purple hair. I was blonde. And then I had a lighter blue. Like, I had a darker blue. So I had, like, a light blue and a dark blue. Like, those were, the 5 hair colors that I had.
Isn't there, like, an orange or something?
The reason why it was orange is because it was red. And then it faded into the orange. So, yeah. I would never do frosted tips. I do need a haircut. But I would never do frosted tips ever in my life. Jacob, I think when I was working at Walmart, I had red hair at one point of that. So, but yeah, man, I don't know. The thing about like I never would have guessed that meeting you would be so, would take me to where I am now. You know what I mean? Like I met you, I thought you were cute, but I wasn't expecting to pursue, at all, because I didn't know respect women, and and stuff like that. So I wasn't gonna pursue at all. And then Jess told me you had a girlfriend, so then that's when I was all like, all right, your boy is gonna be lonely for the rest of his life. So
By the way, I did not
vibe.
have a girlfriend. I used to, and then we were just,
still talking.
Not really.
Still doing your thing.
Not really. We were just just friends.
Well, yeah, I
We
mean,
flirted a little.
but
We were friends. Like we knew each other for like a long time, so it was.
yeah, the thing like, I don't know, and then like, I mean, I obviously like going on dates and stuff like that, but like they didn't feel like dates.
Us?
No, not you and me.
Oh.
But like girls that I was dating like before you, like as we were friends and like hanging out all the time, and like as I was dating these girls, like I would not. Like,
I heard some bad stories.
They were terrible. Like I just could not deal with the fact that like I did not like hanging out with these girls. Like they were horrible. I loved hanging out with you. Like 100% loved hanging out with you. Like that was like, yeah, I mean, like we hung out at when Jess left.
Oh,
When she left for, was it
I think she went to Disney and then,
Disney? That's what it was. Yeah,
then she brought home a dog toy.
Yeah, she left for Disney, and then it was just like what do we do? Like Jess was normally our like segue into hanging out with each other, so like we had to like figure out a way to hang out with each other.
We went to Panera's.
I do respect women, and yes, we went to Panera's. That was the first time we ever hung out with
We stayed there for hours.
Yeah, we were there for like 3 hours. I think we were there from like 4, I think, to like 8 or 7, like 7 or 8.
It was after work.
Yeah, it was definitely because you were.
It
I was out.
snowing that day, wasn't it?
It started to snow when we were leaving.
Because then you tried to make plans like, oh, like when it snows, we should take Lucky out, and then it never stuck.
Because I was
Never
trying to
happened.
slide in the DMs. I was really trying. No, that's pie. But but yeah, so yeah, I don't know. I didn't like that whole situation where like it was just you and me like hanging out. Like that was like a lot of fun. Like nothing against Jess. Like we loved hanging out with Jess. Like we hung out with Jess.
Still do.
Yeah, like still. I mean, not with Corona going on, but with I mean the three, like Ryan was a part of that group too. But then Ryan was all like, I like Chris Dunn now. And that's I mean, let's be real. That's what happened. Like Chris Dunn moved into his house, and then Ryan just stopped hanging out with us.
Is Ryan gonna watch this?
I don't think so.
Okay.
But I mean, it's true though. I'm not even lying. Like that's how it went down. Like Ryan stopped hanging out with us because Chris Dunn lived with him, and that's why Ryan stopped hanging out with us. So then it just became you and me, and Jess, and then it became you and me, because Jess was all like, "I'm going to Florida," and was there for like.
It was like a week.
That was not a week.
A week or two.
That was like a month.
It was not.
It felt like a month.
It was not.
But it was just you and me for a long time, which was pretty nice. Like it was really nice to just like, because I was trying to slide in those DMs, you know what I mean? But it was like a. I don't think if Jess left, I don't think we would have gotten together. I don't think that period where she was gone, and you.
Because I didn't know I liked you.
Yeah.
We were like best friends, and like I loved being with you, but I didn't. Well, you know how it went.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just. I knew I liked you, but like I didn't want to be like pushy on like my feelings for you, because like I was still convinced that you were like only gay. Like I was thoroughly convinced that you only liked women, so I didn't even.
I was pretty convinced too. I was like, I told my friends, like, if I were to like a boy, it would probably be Nilo, but I don't. And they were like, okay.
Yeah, her family said a lot about like her liking me. Your family.
Oh yeah, that was bad.
They like talked about that. Like, you liked me, and you were all like, "No, he's just a friend."
They were talking about remember
Hmm?
because never mind. I don't want to bring that story up. That was embarrassing.
Which one was it? Was that when I met them for the first time?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
What happened?
It was one of the nights we were hanging out, and then Caleb called.
I don't remember that.
I'm glad. It
I
was
did.
embarrassing.
Tell it to me after the podcast. But Yeah, so
You got so embarrassed. You like walked out of the
Oh! I do remember that because I wanted to go inside and go get rubber bands, and I think it's these rubber bands right here. These ones. But yeah, so I mean that, like, our lives were so different. Like if you really look back at, like, if you look at us as individual people, like our lives were completely different. Like I was out here making YouTube videos and gaming and doing all, like, dyeing my hair and doing all this crazy dumb stuff. Like, and you were over here like napping, and, like, taking pictures. You know,
napping and playing with my dog.
But yeah, so the what do you call it about?
I think what did it, like when when Jess was gone, what movie was it? We got 2 movies.
We watched Mamma Mia.
No, that was with Jess.
Mm-hmm. We watched Charlotte's Web.
What was it, Babe?
We watched Charlotte's Web and Babe.
And you were playing with my hair. And I was like, oh.
Like, I remember that day because I was moving like in like a week. Mm-hmm. So like, we were hanging out at my house. And I was moving into that apartment with those horrible roommates and Logan. That wonderful roommate. Mm-hmm. Beautiful man. But, yeah, so, like, we were hanging out a lot. And, like, even when Jess got back, like, that at that point, Jess was already back, I think.
I think she came back after that.
No, because, remember, you guys came over to my house and gave me that... Well, I don't think it's in here anymore. It was the Kylo Ren with the Mickey Mouse ears.
That wasn't from me. That was Jess.
That was from you and Jess. You and Jess came over that day and gave that to me.
Yeah, that was from her though. From
yeah.
Trip. It wasn't from me.
Yeah, you guys were hanging out and then you guys came over. So like Jess was already back when we were doing that.
That was after. Are you sure? I really think.
Yeah, because like shortly after the whole Babe thing, and like.
Yeah, so after that.
Huh?
After the movie, after Babe and Charlotte's Web.
Yeah, we moved. Mm-hmm. Like I moved. Like a couple days after that.
Okay, anyways, just it's probably not
relevant
anyway.
But then you spent the night because you got locked out of your house.
I drove home and I sat on my porch for like 30 minutes. It was winter, wasn't it?
Hmm?
It was freezing.
Yeah, it was winter.
And was it raining?
No.
In my head, it was raining, but it might have.
It was not raining
because I was feeling very sad because it was locked out and cold. But so then I had to go back over.
Yeah, and then you called me and was like, "I'm locked out of my house," and I was like, "Yeah, did you ask me if you can come over? Or did I say that you could come over?"
I don't remember. I probably hinted towards it because it's like I don't know what else to do.
I think I said that you can come over, so then you came over, and then me, who respect women, I let you sleep in my bed, and I slept on the floor under my desk.
Was it under?
It was under my desk.
Wow.
Yeah. Like I slept. I mean, it wasn't so much like under my desk. It was so much like in front of the desk, but like my head was under the desk. So there's that. And then that next morning, I moved. Mm-hmm. I was moving out of my apartment into the new apartment. That was like only like a couple ways away.
Because then Logan came in.
Yeah.
This morning and was being all weird.
Yeah. Yeah. He was all like, I'd have sex with him too.
By the way, I didn't know I liked you at this point. I was like,
Logan's just weird. Logan's a weird dude.
I like Logan though.
Love that boy. Beautiful man. But, so like, the last topic that we're going to talk about, as everybody's gone now, probably doing what they got to do. I'm sorry that, so I'm very sorry that this podcast was very sporadic.
I talked about the chairs for
Yeah, I talked about the chairs for a lot. But this podcast is the first one and the only one that's going to be live. And the only reason why I wanted it to be live was because I wanted
Are you kidding me?
I wanted you to get over your fear of cameras.
Are you kidding me?
I really did.
Did you just make this up?
No.
A little
I've been
upset.
thinking about it for a while, actually. After I told you that I wanted this to be live, I was going to do every episode live. I really was. But then I was all like, maybe what you said, like...
So I was right.
But the only reason why I'm also doing it live is because, like, I told everybody. I literally told everybody that I saw, like, hey, you're going to watch the podcast this Thursday. Hey, you're going to watch my podcast this Thursday. You're going to watch my podcast this Thursday. Like, I literally told a bunch of people, are they going to watch the podcast live? And that's the only reason why I did it live today. But I'm not going to do the rest of them live. So if you do want to join me back for another episode, it's not going to be live. I promise. I love you. With everything in my heart and soul, I love you.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Cannot believe you right now.
What? But if you think about it, right? So like this is very much a good thing for you. It's helping you become less camera shy. It is. I'm serious. Like you sitting here right now and being able to talk while there were 8 people watching. Like, and there, I don't know. There's a lot of people. I mean, I know like there's 4 of them right here. My brother, Luke, Blake, and Jacob. Like that's the only people that I know because they were talking in chat. But there was at one point 8 people watching. Like that's huge. That's like, and like you were able to sit here and talk. Like that's big, and like I'm very proud of you for doing that. Like I'm very, very proud of you because you right before I went live almost cried because she said that she cannot do it. She was so afraid of being like of messing up and not being able to say the right things. Like she was so scared, and like I'm very proud of you that you were able to do this today. Like this, I'm 100% like you have become less camera shy just because we did this right here. Like I'm proud of you. I love you, and I'm very proud of you. And now, if you couldn't hear that, because she talks so low, she said she loved me. But
You didn't even finish all your questions.
I'm not done yet.
I thought you were wrapping up.
We still got like 13 minutes. No, I just wanted to talk about that because we're about to get into the nitty gritty of the pros and cons of living together.
Is anybody still watching?
No, but it's okay.
2.
It's whatever. But yeah, we're gonna. I mean, podcasts generally like they don't have like a live audience normally. Like when I was doing the podcast with, I'm just kind of calling the Zanj crew because that's what our channel was called. But when I was doing the podcast with them, like we did it live because like all the time, just because of the fact that like people were coming in and like talking to us and stuff like that. And, like that was the only way. Haley's the goat.
Who said that?
Haley is the goat. That's Blake. But
Thank you, Blake.
the only reason why we did it live is because like the people would come and like watch us, and I was like nobody were editing the videos to put the podcast out because like that was Austin's job. Like Austin's thing was to take the podcast that we did that day and to put them out. Just like make a thumbnail, like put a title, like put our title sequence and our ending sequence like at the very beginning and the end, and just post the video. Like that was his thing that we put him in charge of because he was all like, I want to be in charge of the podcast, and we were like, all right, dude, like go for it. And like he never posted them, so like. And like we would promise people that they were gonna be on YouTube. Like eventually, yes, they started to become on YouTube because I took that over and I started to post them because we were like, we need these out on YouTube. So I took that over. I started putting them on YouTube, and
Where?
on YouTube.
Was it YouTube?
On YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube. You know that little red play button? YouTube. So, but yeah, we put it there, and then but people like them being live. Like, people just really like them being live. I mean, like you can be live. Like, I was watching a bunch of podcasts today just trying to prep myself for this and, like, trying to find, like, a way to, like to do it. Like, I mean, I was really watching a bunch of podcasts. Like, I watched the Impulsive one, Logan Paul's podcast. I was watching Rooster Teeth's podcast. I was watching, like, Linus Tech Tips podcast. Like, they're all completely different because, like, like Rooster Teeth podcast, they just the entire time they just like what they do is that they gather stories. Like they just like think of stories and like write down things that happen to like them in like the week and stuff like that, and like they tell each other some stuff, but they don't tell each other everything. So like some of those things is like a surprise, and like some of them is just gonna be like a topic, or like they'll react to each other's like reactions to stuff, or like whatever they say. And so like the Rooster Teeth, they have a very like their podcast is very interesting to me just because of the fact that it's not 100% planned out. That's what I like. What I liked about the Impulsive Show, Logan Paul's podcast, it's strangely like, so his podcast is actually number 1 right now in podcasts, which is insane. But the reason why his podcasts are so famous, our Rooster Teeth podcast is really good. I love their podcast. Logan Paul's podcast, the reason why it's so successful is because of the stars he has on there. Like he had Steve-O on there. He constant like his friend Mike is dating Lana Rhoades, and like she brings in her adult video actress friends onto the show. And so like and he just does crazy stuff constantly. So like of course like his podcast is going to be constantly booming just because of the fact that like he has those big names coming onto the podcast. Like it's insane. I was watching one, and he was talking about Karens and OnlyFans. And like and they're very knowledgeable of the topic, which is insane because like a bunch of the, like, no matter like the fact of like Logan Paul and all the crap that he's done, and like like the scandals that he's been a part of, and all this crazy stuff that has been going on with him, the guy is a pretty knowledgeable dude when it comes to specific topics if he wants to talk about it. Like it's interesting to see that because of the stuff, like because of the stupid things that he does. It's weird to just be like, wow, okay, he knows what he's talking about. Like he's very knowledgeable, which is nice. Like Linus Tech Tips, they do a mail unboxing. They talk about the new equipment that's coming out. Like that's all some basic computer stuff that like generally computer people would like. Like overall, like having an interesting like topic is probably what makes podcasts successful. Like Rooster Teeth has been doing podcasts for so long. Like that, I think the last episode was 528. Like that's a long time. That's a lot of podcasts. One a week. Like that's insane. Like it's mind blowing because like I mean they just talk about whatever, they do whatever, and they just like they have fun doing it. You just yawn.
I've been yawning, not because
I'm boring.
No,
the podcast is boring, huh?
It's not you.
It's hurting my feelings right now.
No, you're doing very well.
This is the pros and cons of living together. As she wants to yawn, this is a con. All right, she's always tired. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. It's not a con, but it is. I'm just like, you know.
You're doing very well. Very proud of you.
I want to spend time with you. And this is our spending time. This is our date right now. You are experiencing a date right now, okay? This podcast, I'm not doing this anymore. I just wanted to have a date. I just wanted her to be in a video. She doesn't like videos. She doesn't like being in my videos. I'm joking. The podcasts are coming out every week on Fridays. But
good promotion.
But thanks. But yeah, the pros and cons of living together. Like it's gonna, I don't know what are your pros and cons of living with me, because like
is that your segue into
I don't,
the next question?
Yeah, basically. I don't have a lot of pros. Like I don't
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry.
I don't have a lot of cons. I don't have a lot of cons living with you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot
Think
of.
before you speak.
I have a lot of pros. I have a lot of pros living with you. Okay, I do. I love living with you. Like I never yeah, I never like I was no pros. But so the thing is that like I have been asked to live with a girlfriend before. I'm gonna say her name is M. I'm not going to say her real name.
Who's that?
Wait, hold on. Vibronic. Nope. Yeah. No pros crew. Yep. You right. I'm not a simp, I would say. But oh, what is up, Avery? Everybody's joining again. This is crazy. But
I can't see anything.
when I get the laptop, it'll be better. The laptop should be coming. Haley is on stream. Yes, today's the podcast today, and Avery, you've missed basically all of it. But the last thing that we're gonna talk about is basically what we like and what we dislike about living with each other. I love living with you. Like never, like I've been asked to live with a girlfriend before. Her name is M, and like we're gonna live with Logan, but she's crazy. Like I never thought I was gonna live with her. Second monitor. I have 2 monitors right here. I just don't have my laptop. I ordered my laptop and it should be here on Monday. So I have 2 monitors over there for my streams, for when I actually stream. But my podcast, since I have like a whole different setup, like I don't have my laptop. You won't do the dishes.
What have you been telling people? Who said that? Who said that?
It's a pretty far distance. I'm not even gonna lie. Like this, it's my whole table, and then like my entire desk. Like I have like a ton of space on my desk just because like I eat on my desk. So like I place like my drinks and stuff like in front of me, and like I constantly have a notebook on my desk. Like there's a notebook right there in front of my desk, like on top of my desk, and like my my headset and like all my controllers. They're all just sitting on my desk right now. So I don't eat on my desk. Like I eat at my desk.
Okay.
But what is Haley drinking? She's drinking strawberry milk currently. She's taken 1 sip, it looks like.
I drank before you started, and now I'm just nervous to drink anything.
But I would say that is like one of the only things that's like a con. The dishes. You constantly make mac and cheese. Like we have 2 like what do you call it? What are they called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Pots. That's what they're called. They're called pots.
3.
Damn. We have 3 pots?
We have the really big one.
Oh yeah, we have the huge one, and then we got
like
the small one, and then we got the medium-sized one. And she uses all of them for mac and cheese, right? Like it's like a daily thing. Like mac and cheese is like a daily like consumption for her. Like we went to go get mac and cheese today, actually.
And yesterday.
Yeah, and yesterday and the day before, and we couldn't find the mac and cheese that she likes. Like there's a specific mac and cheese. Annie's.
It's the best kind.
Not sponsored, but yeah, Annie's. She does love Annie's macaroni, and she'll eat 2 to 3 boxes. Like not 2 to 3. Okay, 2 boxes. Sometimes.
At once?
But mostly,
no, I eat one
it's
box.
1 whole box by herself, which
yes.
she thinks is impressive, but it's whatever.
I don't think it's impressive. It's good to eat.
But yeah, so that I would say that's the only thing. Yeah, it's like this big. It's like this. It's like this. It's like slightly taller than this thing. Yeah, but so yeah, so that I think that's the only thing that I kind of dislike. Like it's like a con is that like there's never room in the dish, like in the sink, to put.
We take turns. We just.
I mean, yeah. She's just trying to justify her addiction to mac and cheese. I'm okay. I mean, yeah, essentially. So, but yeah, so it's kind of funny how like Blake brought that up, and like that's probably the only thing. Oh,
probably.
And so this isn't all the time, but another con
how you really feel.
is when you wake me up every morning.
I was talking to Blake about this.
So every morning, like, no matter how late I stay up, no matter what time I go to bed, no matter anything, it doesn't matter. She will ask me to take her to work, and she'll throw like a mini tantrum.
What? I do not.
Yeah, you'll be like, okay,
I'll pout at you.
I wouldn't say it. No, there was one time that you did throw a tantrum at me. It was in the morning. And I was such in a deep sleep, and she was trying to wake me up because she wanted me to take her to work, and she was so angry that I slept through her trying to wake me up, and she had to drive herself to work.
It wasn't a tantrum.
She was angry. She was mad. She was all like, babe, get up. You gotta take me to work. And I'm like, nah.
Well, you realize if you tell me beforehand you're going to, then I plan according to that.
So yeah, I would say that's another thing that I it's not all the time. Like I do love taking you to work. I do, because
it gives me something to look.
I mean, I also get
pick me up.
And then I also get to go in and go get some food and stuff like that. That's what it's like.
Your free hoagie.
I get my free hoagie. Like more recently a coffee. I mean,
You're a good person.
I'm a branding person because of the coffee. Like I used to hate coffee. I used to never drink coffee. But because like this entire Corona thing that's been happening, like our soda machines have been down. So like I haven't been able to get a drink, like a soda. So like I've been resorting to drinking coffee. So like coffee has become my new soda. Except, I mean, I'm drinking the Coke Zero right now, but that's not the point. Yeah, I mean that's really the only thing. And like, I mean, it's any time of the day. And like if she's going to work at 12, she'll ask me to take her to work. Like if I get off of an overnight shift and I come home and she works at like 10 or something, like she'll ask me to take. I haven't even slept yet. I got so upset the other day. I got so upset because I wanted to sleep. I felt so tired, and she would not let me sleep, and she wanted me to take her to work at 11, like in the 11 in the morning, when I worked from 12 to 9.
To be fair, we are not allowed to work together, so we're on opposite schedules, so we don't see each other all the time. So when you are home, then I like to see you when I can.
I mean, yeah, which is, I mean, of course.
Mm-hmm.
What? I mean, you're allowed to do that, so it's not, I mean, I'm not saying that you can't, so. But sometimes she gets angry because she makes me take her to work, right, in the morning. And then when I fail to pick her up,
oh my god,
is when she gets mad because I'm sleeping because I worked overnight, so I'm tired.
It's not even.
And I fail to wake her up. She gets so mad. I mean, a couple days ago, I was here. I was on my computer. I didn't know what to play. So I was all like, I'm kind of bored. I'm going to go to sleep. Actually, no, I didn't say that. I said I was going to go lay down. I went to go in the bedroom and go lay down on the bed. And I was watching Boruto. And I think I fell asleep in the middle of it. And I woke up. I shot out of bed because I was like, it's 12:30, crap. And I hear, do, on the door.
Okay. I had worked a long shift. I got up at 12 a.m. And he has done this, like, not even kidding, like, at least 10 times. He's the heaviest sleeper. You can call... I called him 22 times. Nothing. Texted him. Nothing. Alarms don't wake him up.
Alarms wake me up.
No, they don't.
Yeah, I woke up this morning to the alarm.
Because I woke you up, too.
I mean, still.
You weren't waking up.
I woke up to it. Still.
Anyways, and so I was abandoned at work. And I knew he was asleep. Because it was 12 a.m. and he wasn't going to wake up till the next morning. So I had to get a ride home from one of my managers. And then we were banging on the apartment for like 10 minutes to nothing. He would not wake up.
You should just carry a key on you.
You had my key.
I'm just saying to carry a key on you, even if you don't. If you carry the key on you, you never have to worry about being locked out. Because I always have the keys and you know that. So let's just make a spare key for you to keep. My mom also offered for you to, just to call her. Or like my dad.
Oh, that's sweet.
And then they would have let you home and try to wake me up. So there was that.
We were.
Well, what is would you say that is a con of living with me? Not waking up?
Yes. I would. I love you. But oh my god. If I didn't know how heavy a sleeper you were, I would have thought, like, I would have been worried.
Really?
Like, even the neighbor heard. They told us later. Like,
yeah, the neighbor, I was walking out
worried.
to go, I walked outside to go take the trash out. And
the next day, this is not.
yeah, this is the next day. This is like a couple days later. Our upstairs neighbor, her name is Tammy. I met her. I kind of hated her at first because, like, I didn't know who she was, and, like, she was, like, she's noisy. She's really noisy.
Loud.
Like, really loud. Like, she has probably the heaviest feet I've ever met other than myself.
Does she have kids?
She's an older lady, so I don't know. I mean, sometimes you hear kids up there, so, I mean, I would assume, but maybe it's her grandkids or something. But, so I met her. Like, this is the first day I met her. And it was surprisingly sweet on, like, what she said to me. Because she was all like, she's like, hey, you live below me, right? And I was like, yeah. She goes, oh, we haven't had a chance to meet yet. Like, my name is Tammy. And I was like, oh, I'm Nilo. How you doing today? Like, me and my girlfriend live down there. And she was like, pretty good. She was like, did you have people over the other night? I was like, oh, no. And she goes, oh, cause you had people banging, or she was like, somebody was smashing your door for like 30 minutes last night,
yeah.
like that night. And I was like, oh, I am so sorry. I was like, that was my girlfriend and my man, like, and one of our friends. I said friend. I wasn't gonna say it. That would be weird. But I was like, oh, that's my girlfriend and her friend. Like, I overslept. I was supposed to pick her up at midnight, and I clearly didn't. And they were just trying to wake me up. Like, did you not knock on the window?
We went on the windows and the sunroom, and we went on, like, our little balcony thing.
Why didn't you go to the window?
'Cause I don't know which window, like, where ours ended, and I didn't want to bang.
It's only three. It's only 3 windows.
Oh.
That one.
Well, we stopped at the ones over there.
Oh, you could. If you would have knocked on that, I would have woken up.
Well, oops.
But yeah, so yeah, she was like, I was worried. She was like, I wasn't gonna shoot anybody because, like, I can't. But she was like, but yeah, definitely an oof. But she was like, I can't shoot anybody, but I had my gun loaded, and, like, I was getting ready to scare them off, but I was like, oh, that is so nice of you. I was like, but no, it's just my girlfriend just trying to wake me up. I'm a heavy sleeper, so.
And I had her key.
Yeah. So that was the whole thing. But yeah. What else would you say that you don't like about living with me? Like, I've lived in a couple places. I've lived with my parents. That's a shocker. I've lived with Logan, beautiful man. I've also lived with 2 women and Logan, both of which they had the same name. They start with B. I'm not gonna name them, but
that was a lot.
That was the worst experience of my life. Like, I would say that they were the worst roommates that I've ever had. Ever. Place was filthy, so disgusting.
I've never been anywhere more disgusting.
It would be a constant. I'm gonna clean it. Don't worry, I'm gonna clean it. And the stuff they would stuff
sauce on
yeah, the stuff would be sitting there for days. Like, I only lived for 2 months.
Was it only 2 months?
I only lived there for 2 months. I think it was 2 months. I think it was on. I know it was 1. I think I lived there for a month. No, it was 2 months. It was 3.
Okay.
I do remember because I remember I had 2 water bills, and then they were mad at me because I didn't pay the water bill, but they didn't give me the mail. So I didn't know when the water bill came. I even asked. I was like, "Where's the water bill?" And they said, "I was like, it should have came in the mail." And they're like, "I don't know." I was like, "Okay."
It got lost in the filth.
That's cool. Whatever. So, and then they got mad at me for not paying the water bill. And I was like, "Okay, thanks, guys." Like,
anyways, back to the topic.
And the thing is that it was trash bags. It was like So, like, if any of you have seen the show Hoarders, that's exactly what the house looked like. Like, if you went into my room, cleanest room in the house, barely a like, I had some clothes on the floor, but that's about it. That's just how bedrooms are. They have clothes on the floor. Logan's room, Logan, kind of a messy man, beautiful man, but his room was kept. Like, it looked kept, and like, the only reason why at any point it was messy was because they had a cat that was like the devil.
The cat that broke the TV that you had.
The cat, yeah, like they broke so I had to sleep. I worked overnight a lot at this point. Like, I was working overnight, like strictly. I was strictly overnight at this point. So like, I was trying to sleep, and this cat knew how to open my door. Like, it was able to open my door, which was weird. Like, it was so weird that, like, I would be laying in bed, just vibing, you know, like that kind of deal. Like, and like, I would just hear, and then like the door would open, and the cat would just walk in. And I'm like, how? And then like at one point, I think the door that apartment was just like messed up. It was just super messed up because like there was stuff that was broken when we moved in, like we should have taken care of. There was like the doors, like my door was broke. Like, my door broke. My door was broken when we first moved in because like it wouldn't close. Like, it never closed. Like you could literally like push the door open. Like, if it was locked, you could just like push it open. It was weird. Like, the cat also got in that way. So like, they had an ottoman in, like, they had the ottoman in the, what do you call it, in the living room with their couch, and I had to sleep, and I didn't want this cat to bother me. Like, it would wake me up every day, like, as I was trying to sleep. So I put up the ottoman, stood it up, standing straight up, and not touching. Yeah, it wasn't touching the TV. It was just standing up, like, just, it was there. This cat, I assume, just jumped on the ottoman, probably hit the TV.
It was always jumping on that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, on the TV and like this.
Jumping on the TV, it was jumping on everything. And I'm sure it jumped on to the ottoman and then hit the TV and then freaked out and then like ran away. Like, that in my brain, that's what I think happened because like, oh, good night, Blake. Thank you for joining us.
Oh, Blake.
The podcast is gonna be on YouTube, so we're almost done. But like, even if we don't finish in like a couple minutes, then the rest of it will be on there, and you can just watch it from there. But Blake, thank you for stopping by. Every week is gonna be on Friday podcast. Every week Friday. Remember that on YouTube. I will send the links in Discord every week. So just keep in mind, keep watching out for that. It's not gonna be live anymore after today. So see you later, Blake. But yeah, and then like that morning, like I woke up to her just yelling about her TV, just yelling, like one of them, like Blonde B, we'll say Blonde B, and she's yelling.
She made you pay for the TV.
She made me pay. I only paid half of it because I told her I wasn't gonna pay for the rest of it.
And then what did she do with the money that we gave her?
She bought Jonas Brothers tickets. That's insane. So insane. And you are not next week, but the week after that. So, like, next week is going to be Jess and Chloe, and then you're going to be the week after that.
Can they see the comments? Or is it like you're just...
No, it's just going to look like I'm talking to myself. But, I mean, in the context of it, like, they should... If in the next YouTube, like in the YouTube video, I mean, if you're just watching, you're gonna, like, I'll say this is live. That way they know that like I'm talking to an audience, like a live audience. But I mean, after that, it's not gonna be. It's just gonna be strictly talking for like an hour. So that, I mean, that's where most of the time has gone. Like, it's already been an hour and 14 minutes, but most of the time went to trying to catch my train of thought and also responding to the chat. Like, but after that, it's gonna be fine. But yeah, and she like made me pay for it. Like, that was insane. That was so Like, that was disturbingly insane because, like, it wasn't even my fault. Like, if you wanted to blame anybody, blame the cat's owner. Like, I was talking to everybody about it, and they were all like, I would have blamed the cat's owner. Like, I wouldn't blame you. Like, that's not your fault. Her cat broke the TV. She said it was my fault because I put the ottoman up, but it was the cat that broke the TV. That is not my fault. That cat was... That cat, I feel so bad for that cat. Like, that cat was a devil, but the cat... I also felt bad because they did not clean the litter box. Like, that litter box was disgusting. Like, disgusting. Like, all, I don't know how to
Did you just glitch?
No, I didn't glitch. I'm just trying to think of a way to call this person without saying their name. The other bee. Other bee. Let's just say other bee. Blonde bee and other bee. Anyway, other bee, all she did was just sit, not even sit, lay on the couch, watch whatever the crap she watched on her tablet, and then that's literally all she did. Like, she didn't do anything else. Like, Logan was feeding the cat. I was giving it water. Like, she didn't take care of the cat at all. It was insane. And, like, the kitchen... I had to deep clean the kitchen before Haley and I could bake in it because it was so gross. Yeah, it was disgusting. Like, I like literally, like, when I say deep clean, like deep clean. Like, we had to do all the dishes. We had to take out all the trash. It was just trash.
Piled.
Trash in the kitchen. Like, just piled up in the kitchen. It was horrible. Like, I only lived there for 2 months. Logan only lived there for 4. Like, that's crazy. How can you... How? Like, at some point, once you be like at one point when 2 people move out, would you think that, like, hey, like, maybe I'm a terrible roommate? Like, how do we get on this? Roommates, like me and you being a roommate. Oh crap, me and you being a roommate. Cause, like, I mean, you're a wonderful roommate. I mean, like, I love rooming with you just because of the fact that, like, you don't do anything wrong other than the dishes. But you don't do anything wrong.
It wasn't weird either. Like,
no.
I thought it was gonna be, but like I've said before, like, when I met you and Jess, like, I'm a very, like, introverted and shy person. Like, it takes me a while to, like, get comfortable with people. But I instantly felt, like, safe and, like, comfortable with you two, and we were, like, best friends before all this happened. So it doesn't feel weird.
Yeah, I never thought, like, living with you would be weird either. But, like, there was a point where I brought it up where you didn't want to. You were afraid to live with me, which is understandable because I mean, at that point we were only together for like 7 months. Yeah. 7-8 months.
But the way I look at it, I feel like it would have happened regardless. Like, me, you, and Jess probably would have.
Yeah, I mean,
we're about to again, but at some point.
Yeah. But eventually, I mean, I didn't think it was gonna be so soon, and like 100% the only reason why we honestly, like, moved together so soon is because I was still living at Ryan's mom's house, and, like, I felt bad for living there, and, like, I wanted her to have her own, like, it was like, it's not like I had a problem with living there so much, but it was a problem.
You feel bad.
I felt bad.
I feel like you were, like,
invading her space because, like, it was her house. Like, I'm just some random kid that, like, her son moved out. Yeah. Like, I lived with Ryan. Ryan only lived there for like 3 months.
And then he left, and then it was just...
Yeah, when I moved in, Ryan was only there for like 3 months, and then for the last 6 that I was there, Ryan was not living there.
So you were just living with somebody else's mom.
I was just living with Ryan's mom. Like I felt bad because, like, I mean, and I also felt like she felt bad too because, like, me and you, we stayed up in the room 95% of the time that we lived there. Like, we didn't... I had a microwave. I had a mini... that I lived there. Yeah, she visited all the time, but I was living there. But, like, 95% of the time that I was living there, like, I was in the room. Like, I had a mini fridge. I had a microwave. Like I had all these things to be able to just be in the room. Like I didn't have to leave if I didn't want to. You know what I mean? Like the only time we ever left was when she was out of town. Like that was really the only time that we were out of the room. Or if I wanted to go get water and I didn't have bottles of water in my what do you call it, in my area.
Or if we ran out of bowls.
Or we ran out of bowls. We had to wash them. Yeah. But yeah, I mean that was the main reason why we moved out. But like honestly, like being here in it's been 5 months since we've lived together, and like
almost 6.
Yeah. Almost 6. Like December 29th, right? Is it 29th? No. We moved here before my birthday. Yeah.
December 21st.
Was it the 21st?
I think it was 21st. Because it was like just a couple days before Christmas.
Maybe, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Was it 21st? I have to look at my lease, but anyway, we've been living together for some quite a time now. Actually, that's kind of weird how we've been here for almost half a year already, and no, our house isn't completely furbished. Not even close. But like, I mean, where the location that we are at, it's so close to work. It's so close to everybody that we know. Like it's
5 minutes from my mom.
It's literally like a 5-minute walk to my mom's. Like she lives in this apartment complex like right up the road. Like it takes me literally 5 minutes to walk over to her house, and that's so nice. Like there's so many, like there's people around, and like Jess is about to live with us. Like
other people
some of our friends live in Woodlake. They've came over like once or twice. Like our friend Kayla literally lives a building away from us. So it's nice to have like our friends kind of close, and like our family's really close. So it's a good area. Like she was talking about how she doesn't like living here.
Me?
Yeah, you. But I think it's more so because you don't like the location of where our apartment is.
No, I like living here. It's the location.
I think it's the location.
Like, not like where we are for everybody else, but just like the building itself. I like
our building is in
sunlight.
Our building is in the back corner, and our apartment is on the ground floor on the back of the building. So like the sunlight doesn't really hit our apartment.
So it's very dark in here.
The only place that it hits our apartment, ironically, is the sunroom. That's where the sun really hits. The sunroom. And like,
which we don't really hang out.
We don't hang out in the sunroom, but once we get the podcast set up in there, now but yeah, so it's definitely the location. Like,
I like the rest of it.
Yeah.
I just don't like where
my area is pretty set up. Like my space
I'd say so.
is pretty set up, but I also had a bunch of stuff that already had to come into here. Like when I moved in here, like these shelvings right here. Like I've had this My Hero shelving.
You can't see it.
It's like literally like right here, like you can see kind of a part of it like right here. But like I've had that for so long. I had that when I first moved into my apartment with Logan and the two B's, and I love that thing. It's increased. Mm-hmm. The collection has increased. Like if you looked into my office and you were like, and somebody asked you like, hey, what is his favorite anime? And like, there's My Hero. Like this entire shelf is like My Hero stuff, like entirely. And then like I got 2 My Hero statues on my computer. I have 2 My Hero posters right there. Like I have so much My Hero. Like I have a My Hero tattoo on me. Like I have that My Hero statue right here of Izuku. Like I have so much My Hero stuff. It's insane. Like if you just looked at it, like I got a whiteboard because I'm trying to make more videos. Like I'm trying to do videos. Like I think I'm gonna pump out 2 videos a week. That's my plan. So like starting this Friday or tomorrow is gonna be the podcast, and then next week is gonna be starting the videos and podcast. So it's gonna be 2 videos a week, which I'm excited for because podcasts aren't gonna be that hard to edit. All you have to do basically is just like people take the podcast and then they just like put a title sequence, put an ending sequence, and then boom, slapped it onto YouTube, make a thumbnail, done. Like podcasts are normally just raw footage and just like of the podcast, which is nice. So that's not that difficult to edit. I've been working on the Sea of Thieves video for like 2 weeks now. And the thing is that my Premiere Pro likes to lag and stutter, and like I have to restart. If I'm gonna edit, I have to restart my computer, and that has to be the first program I open up, which is insane. We definitely derailed from the topic.
Yeah.
100% derailed from the topic, but that's okay because like I mean, we did talk about the pros and cons of living together. Like we talked about what I don't wake up ever. I don't wake up, and you wake me up.
Yeah.
And the dishes. But yeah, I mean, and then we got into like basically this episode was to talk about us, me, the host, as an individual, to get people to know me, and for people to also know who is my biggest everything. Like she is my biggest everything, and like I wanted her specifically to be the first episode because she is literally everything to me. Like I love this girl so much. And when I brought up the idea of a podcast, like she was very happy, even though she's never seen a podcast before.
Okay.
She's never
I've
listened.
No, it's not true. I've listened to like a few clips of like David Dobrik's podcast.
Yeah, he's different. His podcast is completely different than all the other podcasts.
His is like on, what is it, Apple?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I can't do Apple. Like Apple is just not my thing. But I will post this on YouTube real quick. I could possibly get it on Spotify.
That'd be cool.
I could probably do that. But yeah, so I mean, the point of the podcast is to basically just talk, to have fun, and just listen. I mean, I really like doing podcasts, and that's the reason why I wanted to do this so badly, is because like I literally woke up the other day and was like, man, I was like I really miss doing podcasts. Like podcasts were like my favorite days to do, like because like all of us would be together. Like all of us took off Fridays, specifically Fridays. That was our podcast day, and like my favorite thing was being together. Like we would used to be like we would have a topic, we would have a game, we would have something that day planned, and we would just do it, and like all of us would be there to do it. Like people in the backgrounds, like people watching, monitoring the stream, like monitoring chat, like there was a lot of thought into what we were doing that it just made me like really miss it. I mean, even though yes, I am one single person, like I'm me, and like I don't have anybody else to do this with, but I'm gonna do my best to do this. Like
You got this.
yeah, next week is gonna be on Discord, so the layout is gonna be completely different. I'm not gonna have this set up when Corona's over. I'll definitely be using my setup more often, trying to get people to come over to my house, into our sunroom to do the podcast, just because like talking in person is so much better than talking over the computer or the internet, because there can be some internet lag, or like there can be a problem like connection, stuff like that. It's just like it's so much harder to do a podcast online because like technology is not 100% trustworthy. I have another XLR mic, and I wanted to buy another one, so because I want to have a maximum of 3 people on the podcast at a time. I don't want to have any more than that, just because that it just makes it more manageable. So I do want to do that. I do have to go over the rules with Chloe and Jess when I do my podcast with them, because just because like to make things smoother, make things easier, there have to be some ground rules on that, like no talking over each other, like don't interrupt, like just like trying to keep it all smooth. And as it goes on, as this continues to happen, like as I continue to do my podcast, it's gonna get easier. Oh, I think the video first. Hold on. Crap.
Why did that happen?
that might be a good segue into the end of the podcast. Yeah, but but anyway, like, I don't know, that as the podcast, I'm gonna be able to figure out a flow, be able to get somebody who can monitor my podcast eventually, and like get different camera angles, do a bunch of stuff, get studio lighting, because I've been looking into studio lighting a lot, and like I just bought a laptop that should be here on Monday. Like that's gonna be super helpful for stuff. Like I don't have to like look at my phone to look at chat and like stuff like that. Like I don't need that. I can just look at chat and just continue on my way. Like I don't have to use this notebook anymore. Like I don't have to use this notebook. I just type all my notes down. The only reason why I was gonna use this notebook was just because of the fact that like I didn't have a laptop and I probably could have taken that Chromebook and not have spent $600 today, but I wanted to use it for editing also, so that way I can just like spend time and I can edit more. Like that was really the purpose. Like I want to edit more because like I want to pump out videos. So I think that is definitely going to wrap up on today's podcast. Thank you for everybody who joined. There was a lot of people who did come in and just kind of like chilled out for a minute and then left. That's definitely okay. Podcasts are kind of hard to like watch and listen to, because nobody has the time to watch a live podcast. Like not a lot of people, like especially as like a small person like I am. Like there's definitely no way that there's going to be people who are going to stay for a long time. So that's why Blake did stay a while. Luke also stayed a while. Jacob, he also stayed a while. Also, thank you guys, Blake and Jacob, for the 1 month. Thank you guys so much. That means a lot to me. Spending your money on me, giving me that revenue. You know what I mean? Like that's not what it's about. But thank you guys so much for subscribing. Like that really means a lot to me. Like I don't have a lot of subscribers, but I mean, thank you guys. It means a lot, and it makes me want to do this some more. So thank you so much. So that's going to be a wrap on today's podcast. Next week's podcast is going to be about graduation and not being able to graduate. Our friend Jess, who just graduated college, didn't have a ceremony, and our friend Chloe, who can't graduate because she's in high school, are going to be on next week for the next episode of the Slowport podcast. And thank you guys so much, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!